Downtown Montreal in lockdown. The city's core deserted in what will be a decisive week. Quebec's new COVID-19 numbers released Sunday are among the worst since the pandemic started, an average of 2,500 new cases over 3 days. But despite that, they're not quite as bad as many expected. Dr. Gilbert Boucher is the head of Quebec's Association of Emergency Medicine Specialists.
I guess it's good in the sense it's not going up, but it's bad in the sense that it's not coming lower down.
The question now is where the numbers go from here. Were the lockdown measures effective? In much of the country, people were told to avoid family gatherings, multiple households getting together over the holidays. Well, Dr. Boucher says patients don't admit it at first, but many of the COVID cases he's seeing are coming from family gatherings.
Most people had some kind of an exposure, left or right. People believe that nobody's infected in their family, and that's unfortunately not the case.
Now, the full impact of Christmas and New Year's is still days away. In Ontario, the lockdown may have helped plateau the numbers, and that plateau is very high, but health officials are watching to see what happens in 1 or 2 incubation periods.
I'm not discouraged at this point. I've seen it flattening, but again, the true story is going to come out over the next week or so.
One problem may be pandemic fatigue, people reaching a point where they let their guard down or break rules. The way to combat that, health officials say, may be to focus on the fact there's now a solution. Vaccines are being rolled out across the country.
I'm using that as an inspiration to get people be a bit more patient, because going into 2021 and we're there now, we're going to be seeing, I think, the beginning of the end of the pandemic.
If the numbers do jump in January, provincial governments will have to look at ways of extending their lockdowns or even expanding them, closing more than what's already shut down. They may also find it's not enough if people aren't following the rules anyway. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.